Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a couple of days since the last episode because we have been waiting for this. This is a tent, and this is gonna let us stay in a lot more places because we're not gonna be tied to cities that have hotels. But I don't actually have a place to store this tent on my bike. So I also got this. This is some hardware that we're gonna mount to the bike to be able to attach the tent to it. Now, this is supposed to be a universal kit, so this should work for my bike, even though my bike is a knockoff of a Honda Click. The bike has 3 mounting points, 1, 2, and 3. We take the bolts out, we slide this in, and then we crank it down, you know, in theory. Okay. Then, with the arms in place, we slide this back here, and we can kind of put it wherever we want. Like if we want it farther back, if we want it farther forward. The kit also has this fancy little thing so that the tent won't fly backward. This should do really well. I was thinking I was originally going to stick the tent like right here, but then I wouldn't be able to open this up to get gas, so I have to extend this backward. And then we'll just like strap this down with bungee cables or something. If I put these around this back part right here, I don't think that this will fly out. And we still have full access to our gas tank. I did not want to have to travel in the afternoon heat, but it seems like that's just the situation we're in right now. I've decided that I am still gonna wear these, even though I am more comfortable on the road, because you should dress for the slide, not the ride. But this is why I'm wearing my jacket, because it's easier than putting sunscreen on. Yes, I'll be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's just the situation. The only skin that I'll have exposed is my fingertips. I should put some thought into how I'm gonna deal with this backpack so I don't need to wear it all the time. Question now, does the bike start? Okay, well it doesn't stay started. I installed this choke chain out of zip ties earlier. I didn't put it on camera because it's made out of fucking zip ties, but now I can choke the engine to get it warm. Hello, I'm checking out. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we need gas. Motherfucker. Just a sec, I've got a bunch of coins I'm counting. Oh, they fill it full. Okay, it's been going pretty good so far. Let's do a quick bike check. The tent seems to be pretty stable. Maybe not actually. Okay, I readjusted the bungee cables a little bit and I think we're good now. Of course, I need to jump start it again. Jesus fucking Christ. I was driving for like fucking 30 minutes. Why do I need to jump start it? Okay, I'm noticing a problem. My battery is not charging right now. Like the voltage of the bike is like 9 volts, and I'm not sure why. The engine's running, so it should be charging. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but do you guys see all of these like shops and markets? The road that we're on is literally called the Roman superhighway. Who is stopping in the middle of the highway for fucking, what are those, coconuts? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Roman superhighway. I saw my first speed limit sign. The speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour. You know what? Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen a stop sign since coming here either. And I've only seen like a handful of like stoplights. I'm still not used to how fast I can take turns yet, so I always slow down probably more than I should. It is cool that I can talk to the camera and like ride now. Yeah, see, like this, I'm slowing down probably way more than I need to. Probably could have done that at twice that speed, but it's okay. God damn it, this is so cool. Roads like this are fucking awesome. Oh, I love that I'm able to record this and actually drive safely. For the past like 3 years that I've been doing these bike trips, I always have to have one hand on the camera, which means I'm not steering with both hands. Okay, let's take a risk. Let's go a little bit faster for this turn. Let's feel it out. See if we feel our tires start to slip. That was pretty good. Felt comfortable with that. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. Hey, there we go. I'm hearing a loud squeaking noise. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mariveles. This is like a beachside kind of vacation town, but the reason that we're here is because there's a mountain nearby that I want to climb. Once we get to a place where we can see it, I'll show you. Another thing I'm noticing is how very Christian everybody here seems to be. Like on the back of his thing, it says Team Jesus. All of these things, they've got like God rules, God is good. These people like their Jesus bumper stickers. It says our hotel is right here. It looks a little abandoned. Maybe it's this one. I do love this engine kill switch. That's handy. Okay, I think the mountain that I want to climb is behind the building over there, so we won't be able to see it. This worked so well. So when I was riding, the sun got my jacket hot like you would expect, but because we were riding, the wind blew my jacket cool. So none of the heat ever reached my skin. Who would have thought that wearing a raincoat is a secret to staying cool? Okay, let's go talk about the bike for a second. You guys might have noticed that we had basically no problems on the ride up here because the bike did not stall. That means that I actually did identify and fix the problem. Let me pull this out. Do you guys see this orange thing right here? This is an inductor coil. This is the thing that takes the 12 volts from the engine and puts it up to like 10,000 volts to be able to run the spark plug. Mine was failing. When it got hot, it would stall and it would kill the engine. I got a new one and it seems to be fixed because the engine did not stop. Getting the engine actually warm seems to be still a problem, as you can tell from my little choke cable. But once the engine is warm, it is perfectly good. I do need to figure out why the battery is not charging because it didn't used to do that. The battery used to charge and then I fucked with stuff and now it doesn't. So that's on me. That's a Nate problem. I think this is actually where I'm supposed to park it. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to 7-Eleven and we're gonna get a bunch of like snacks and drinks and stuff because I don't have any camping supplies and I need to carry everything that we're gonna eat on the mountain on my back. First thing I gotta do is I gotta separate the things that I wanna bring hiking and the things that I don't. So like I don't need like a bunch of my electronics, I don't need my laptop, but I probably do wanna bring some like thermal clothes. It probably won't get cold, but it's an extra shirt. Forks, I'm gonna be eating food. Okay, let's go get some camping food from 7-Eleven. I think the hardest part of the hike is actually just gonna be the humidity and the heat. The city's pretty nice. They've got these sidewalks, but they've got shade on top of them. Okay, I think this might be like a government building because there is a bunch of security here. Thank you. I just had a police escort across the street. Yeah, my hotel is apparently right next to a federal administration building. Okay, let's figure out what we need. We got some pineapples for 50 cents. I don't have a can opener. Okay, so maybe I can't do canned food. They have like Spam. I could eat some Spam. They've got a can opener lid right there, so I could eat this on the trail. Do I need to cook it or can I eat it? I can probably eat it raw. They have flavored tuna fish. This is hot and spicy tuna fish, and it's got the thing on it, so I can get this too. Now the ramen, it comes with its own bowl, but I don't have a way to boil water, so. Oh, they have corned beef hash from New Zealand. There's not a way to open it, but apparently New Zealand exports corned beef hash. If we're looking for just raw calories though, this is what we wanna go for. Then we gotta make sure that we stay hydrated. I'm not gonna get water, but they do have these zero sugar Lipton teas. There's something kind of ironic about getting sugar-free drinks and then getting triple chocolate cookies. Thank you very much. This whole thing was like $10.30. A haul like this would have been easily $50, $60 in America. I don't get to do this very often here, so I like doing it. That's fine.
Working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this whole thing apparently is a restricted area. Full stop for inspection, restricted area, no entry, and we're just gonna walk right in. FAB, Authority of the Freeport Area of Baton. There are literally guards posted on every corner. I guess that means the place I'm staying is probably pretty safe. Or it means it's really not safe. Like, does having security guards mean it's safe? Or does having security guards means you think that you need security guards? Whew. Good morning, everybody. Now, we want to get up there before it starts getting hot. Which is now, it's already hot. I do want to show you guys something though. I was fiddling with the bike off camera, and I ended up just replacing the carburetor with a cheap one from the shop over there. Watch this. Turn the bike on. The problem was that the carburetor that was in the bike before wasn't meant for the bike. It was like a off-brand thing. I just replaced it and now everything is working perfectly. Like, listen to how much better that sounds. Silly. Okay, I have the tent strapped onto my bag, so I should be able to hike with it. Normally, if you're gonna be doing like long hikes and you're bringing your tent, you'll want an ultralight tent so that you're not carrying extra weight, but we'll make do. Okay, the trail start is about 5 miles away. God, how cool is that? It just works. Okay, then I will park my bike right here and hope that it's still here tomorrow. Okay, I do need to do a little bit of prep work. Because a bunch of my setup is working through this helmet, like my GoPro carrier thing. I need to move that to my backpack. I like having my GoPro mounted right here so I can quickly and easily just pull it off and film things and put it back. Now, I do have a bunch of things in my daily kit that I don't actually need. I'm storing them all here on my bike because I don't need the extra weight. The only non-essential thing that I am going to be carrying up the mountain with me is my laptop, because that's worth too much to just leave here. So we just take this off of the helmet, and just like that, we have a perfectly usable backpack mount for the, what is this? The Action 5 Pro or whatever it's called. Okay, now one last thing before we actually start climbing. There is an office over here. I'm gonna see if we need to get like a permit to go camping or to go hiking. If we can get a permit, that's good. If not, we'll just go do it and see if we get in trouble. Yes, I'm a foreign tourist, so I have to pay $100, so it's like $1.50. But if I don't get the permit, I will receive a warning and orientation. Look at this, all of the hikers, they're up here, they're like, this is the Office of Tourism, so this is probably the only place that has like electricity up here. Everybody is charging this stuff. There's like extension cable, extension cable, extension cable, extension cable. Oh, it's a puppy. I need to start using my camera more often. Did I charge my camera? I did not. Fuck me. Okay, I genuinely don't know where I'm supposed to pay this tourist fee at. Maybe there's like a drop box up ahead once we actually get on the trail. I would pet you, but I've seen you scratching this whole time, so you definitely have fleas. Now, I believe this is like an 8-hour hike, so it's pretty long. People recommend that you leave at like 1 a.m. so you can do most of the hike before the sun comes up. Clearly, it is not 1 a.m. Yeah, I have no idea where the peak of the mountain even is. I miss Japan. Fuck, I don't know which route I'm supposed to take. I don't have cell data, so God, I should have downloaded the route. Okay, yeah, we have absolutely no cell service. I imagined that the route would have like signs, like a, hey, this way for the, but there is no signage. There's just a bunch of different routes. I'm just gonna pick this direction and assume that it's the right way. I mean, after all, it is a mountain. All I need to do is keep going up and eventually I'll get there. This is such a stupid idea. It's so fucking hot outside. Okay, yep, I'm a little bitch. Hiking during the day is not a thing. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's already 93 degrees outside. I might just scrub this whole thing from the video, because who wants to watch a video where he's talking about climbing a mountain for the first like 5 minutes, he gets outside, realizes it's hot, and then turns back and decides no. Who wants to watch that? When I was climbing up to Everest, I was able to do that even though it's relatively close to the equator because of how high up it was. So it actually wasn't that hot. Most of the time we were hiking, hiking was a reprieve from the cold. But here we're basically at sea level, like on the equator. I suppose I could wait here for like 12 hours and then try hiking at night. The crazy thing to me is that this is the cold season. January, February, this is the coldest time that the Philippines ever experiences, and it gets much hotter during the summer. I don't know how these people were able to survive before air conditioners were invented. I definitely understand why people choose to do this hike at 1 o'clock in the morning. So let's pretend that I never said anything about climbing this mountain, and let's pretend that the goal has always been to just keep riding the bike. My lesson from all of this is how wildly unprepared I actually was. I assumed I could just come here and there would be like trails and marked signs and I could just like follow the markings. I assumed it actually wouldn't be that hot. I feel bad. All of the animals here look mangy as fuck. The only highlight of today is that the bike works pretty much implicitly now, so I'm not worried about going long distances. Yeah, when you're moving on the bike, it's not that bad because you've got like wind blowing on you. You know, in hindsight, maybe I should have brought a hiking umbrella. I remember that helped a lot in Japan. Just something to keep the sun off of me. The only thing I can think while driving through this right now is how glad I am I'm not trying to climb a mountain in this heat. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, prior to changing the carburetor, driving through traffic like this would have terrified me that the bike would just stop. But now, not a problem at all. Dude, how cool are these roads? I gotta stop myself from going too fast. They're so open and empty. You know, when I first got this bike, I was a little bit worried because it didn't have cruise control. I thought that like my wrist would get tired or whatever. But I really like having just like a direct control over the bike. It makes it feel a lot more responsive than just sitting here waiting to get to the destination. It feels like an activity rather than just transportation. Look at how twisty the route is. Looks like we're going through the mountains. I could be trying to climb a mountain right now. This seems like a pretty good place to grab lunch. This means that we do get to try some of our camping food. First thing I grabbed out of the bag was tuna fish, hot and spicy. And just to be clear, my expectations for this are basically 0. I wish I had like bread or something so I could make a tuna fish sandwich. Okay, it's not bad. It's just tuna fish with some like capsaicin, some kind of spicy pepper. But I am being genuine when I say that it is not bad. Do you want some food? Yeah, that's some tuna fish for you. There you go. Now that we're farther away, I think that was the mountain that we were going to be climbing. Then we have some corned beef chili garlic. I am honestly very interested to see how canned food works in other countries. I was expecting corned beef hash, and I got, I don't know. Nope, not good. That means you're up. Up. Yep. Enjoy. Vienna sausages should be very straightforward. Yeah, no surprises here. You want one? Here you go. No, stay away from me. Pup. Over there. I like feeding the dogs, I just don't want fleas. Basically hot dogs. Mount Mariveles, everyone. I feel like I'm part of a motorcycle gang. I'm having to like go full throttle just to keep up with these guys, and they're just like chilling. That is what 150 cc's is. Those bikes are probably, I don't know, 600 cc's? So they're like 6 times more powerful. I have to go absolutely balls to the wall to keep up to them. They're all wearing the same shirt. They're all part of the same group. On the back it says, hang area with the skull. What is it with bikers and skulls? Yeah, now that we're going straight, I just can't keep up with them anymore. And I'm fucking trying. Haha, I'm back in the gang thanks to this truck. If you were looking at me from behind, you would think I'm part of this gang. I think I'm a biker. This is what blood feels like when you have high cholesterol. It seems like my gang is getting gas over here, so I will, I'll do that too. It's still crazy to me how cheap it is to completely fill this up. We've gone like 3 days on one tank. It costs less than $5 to completely fill this up. And the way that this works, basically you give them a set amount of money and they will fill up your tank. If you go over, like if you pay too much, they will give you a refund. But you have to pay the guy before they give you gas. I think 500? Okay, what? Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 300. Thank you. 224, so that's like $3.80. Okay, my gang is staying at the gas station. They haven't left yet, so I think I'm gonna leave them behind. Goodbye, gang. Still just blows my mind. Less than $4. God, this is so much more efficient than trying to use an e-bike. The roads here are in really good condition. I don't know why I was expecting like dirt roads with potholes, but like, look at this. The roads here are in really good condition. I guess it doesn't ever get cold here, so they don't ever need to deal with like snow and salting the roads and any of that shit. It's possible that once they build the roads, they just stay in good condition always. But I don't know how roads work. Okay, I'm convinced that these roads are brand fucking new. This paint is too clear. This is crispy fucking paint. Sitting in this chair is not comfortable for long periods at a time. Just gotta get up and like fucking walk. It's hot. Just touching the fucking concrete is hot. I do appreciate that even in these remote villages, 7-Eleven is here with cold drinks. I'm gonna get more of these sugar-free Lipton teas. I actually do enjoy these more than Coke Zero. The problem is that they're really rare to find the sugar-free version. But here in the Philippines, they're pretty common. Oh my God, it's so fucking hot here. And it still just blows my mind that this is the cold season. No, I've seen videos of Saudi Arabia, a place that's known for being pretty hot. They have air conditioners outside, like on the sidewalks. You'll be walking and they'll have air conditioners blowing down just like out into the open. And normal people would think that that's a ridiculous waste of money because you're just paying to heat up like ambient temperature. But they have so much money, they just don't give a shit. They're literally just blowing air conditioners into nothing so that people walking on sidewalks can be a little bit more comfortable. I'm gonna wait here in the shade, actually. Do you guys need tools? Like, do you guys need tools? Apparently this guy locked his key inside of his box and now they don't have a way to get it out. This is good for me to watch because it tells me how easy these things are to break into if somebody tries to like get into your compartment. Then again, he probably doesn't want to damage his bike, so he's being more careful with it than somebody would with mine. Honestly, if he knew more about like mechanics and the way that his bike worked, I can feel that there's a cable that goes from that button that comes through here. I'm sure if you were to just reach under here and look for a cable a little bit and pull it, it would undo the latch. You could probably do this in like 10 seconds if you were familiar and you had a tool set. I do not think it is a good idea to keep valuable documents inside your compartment. You know what? This is really nice. I am trying to decide what I want to do. I know that there are some cheap hotels on the beach over here, but I read the reviews and they're not that great. I could also just like sleep on the beach. I'm not sure what the laws are for camping. Okay, this town is called Morong. Okay, my Google Maps is telling me to go straight here, but there is a bar in the way. Okay, I'm gonna stop the bike here. Let's figure out why my map is telling me to go right into the ocean. This is Google Maps. I think it just got lost. I think it like lost its compass because this is definitely the ocean. Yeah, I can't ride through that. Holy shit, it's hot. I would have been terrified to make a stop like this before because I would be worried that if I stopped the bike, it wouldn't start again. Now that I got it fixed, I'm perfectly fine with doing little beach stops. Another thing I noticed, there are a lot of Ford trucks here, which is strange because you have access to the entire Chinese market. You can have anything you want, and you drive a fucking Ford. This is literally the first stop sign I have seen in the entire country. Oh, there's a Jollibee's up ahead. I recognize that chicken. Oh, is this a checkpoint? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Huh? Good? Am I? Pull over.
Take us there, sir.
At that property? Goodbye. Okay, so that was interesting. He told me to pull over. I think that they wanted to do like an inspection. I took my helmet off. They saw that I was white and I was filming and they let me go. I don't know if that's just corruption. It feels like corruption. Okay, I'm actually really fucking annoyed. Nobody else is stopping at these stop signs. It's just me. You know, I feel like corruption has got a bad rap. Corruption's really not that bad when you're the one benefiting from it. I'm quite fond of this. Yeah, that guy didn't even fucking stop. I swear to God, people. That is not how stop signs work. Just a sec. I want to talk about that. Okay, so I go up to the stop sign. I'm riding my bike, but I have my visor down because there was like dust blowing. So I'm riding, and the guy, he waves at me and tells me to pull over. I can barely hear him, but I could tell that he was telling me to pull over. When I stop and I start pulling my helmet off and he hears me talking to my camera, he just looks at me and he's just like, he waves me over and he goes back to his thing. But at the same time that I was being stopped and inspected, a bunch of women come up to me and they start giving me a fucking sales pitch to buy real estate. That's what they do. When people are pulled over and they're having their bike inspected, they are trying to give them a sales pitch for a fucking condo. You're sitting there worried about your bike getting impounded and they're like, hey, but do you want an apartment? Jesus fucking Christ. They are pre-selling beach properties. Jesus fucking, what a sales tactic. Holy shit. You know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, do you guys want to hear a conspiracy theory? It is entirely possible that what we just saw actually was corruption, except I wasn't the one benefiting from it. I was the victim. I was the only person that he stopped. It's entirely possible that he could see through this and tell that I was like possibly a tourist. And so he told me to like pull over so that the girls could come over there and give me their property sales pitch. I don't think that they're trying to sell property to the random Filipino that's driving his truck to work. They're trying to sell it to the tourists. So maybe he has like cahoots with them. He will stop the tourists so that they get their sales pitch. He gets some kind of kickback. I think I might have been the victim of corruption. Maybe corruption does have a bad name. And like literally 10 minutes ago I'm sitting there like, oh no, corruption's not bad when you're the one benefiting from it. But if that's the worst that I have to deal with, if I have to deal with the sales pitch every time I go to an inspection site, that's fine. God damn it. Yeah, because he let me go immediately. He did not care about actually inspecting my bike. Oh. I should probably have it on the stand when I'm doing that. No, this bike is weird. This is a kill switch. It should kill all of the electricity, but it doesn't. This just kills the ignition, and my starter still works. So I can have the kill switch flipped, and the engine will try to turn over, and it's just hard to diagnose. I feel like most bikes have the starter connected to the kill switch. Mine just doesn't for some reason. See, watch this. Watch this. You look left, you look right, then you go. You know, I don't know if their gas stations have restrooms like we do in America. Let's find out. Okay, I see restrooms. Do we need to pay for them? Seems like the kind of thing you probably need to pay for, honestly. Here, I don't see a price tag. The use of this restroom is free, but your generosity will maintain our restroom and keep it clean. Cool. The town that we're entering right now, I think it's called like Olongapo. Up on the street light right there, there's a sign that's showing people where they need to stop in front of the red light. Like instructions for how red lights work. And I'm assuming that's there because of how uncommon these things are. Just a sec, I'll try to get it on camera so you guys can see the instructions. I'm gonna try to do a freeze frame right there. Okay, yeah, I don't know if you guys got that. I don't know if the resolution and frame rate is good enough to be able to read street signs while I'm riding. So I'm a little bitch. I know that we could camp on the beach, we could do like some real outdoorsy things, but there was a place over here that has a fucking bathtub. So you can already guess what I chose to do. Still just crazy to me. This company right here, Camia Coast, is probably paying cops a kickback to stop tourists. I can't tell if this is a hotel or if this is like apartments. It looks like a hotel. I have no idea what this place is. This property is now under SMBA control. All occupants of units are advised to directly make payments to utilities. Oh, check it out, I got some drama. Notice to all tenants and occupants. With the repossession and takeover of the premises of Starland Properties on 13th of June 2025, so this happened within the past year, less than a year ago, has been effectively terminated. In any case, the legitimacy of stay of tenants whose contracts are still existing shall be recognized and respected. Side note, it is so nice to come into a hotel and not need to carry around 50 pounds of batteries every time I walk in. You might then be wondering why we're sitting here in the lobby. And that's because the person that I made the booking with has not responded. So I don't know which unit is mine. I'm starting to think I might have gotten scammed. When you make a reservation on booking.com, they give you a phone number to be able to call the host so you can talk to them. I have called this person and an old lady picked up the phone and said that she does not have a booking and she's not an apartment person. And then I've got the wrong phone number. Oh, they just messaged me back. They're like, I'm not sure how you were able to make the reservation. The room is occupied from the 16th till 23rd. Please contact booking.com for clarification. bro, you already took my payment. So it is very possible that I am just out 50 bucks. The difference between this and when I've used my e-bike, if I was on an e-bike, I would be fucked because my batteries would be dead. But here, I can just go hop on the bike and go somewhere else because I've still got a whole bunch of gasoline in the tank. So it's not nearly as bad getting scammed out of a hotel here as it would have been on the e-bike. Yeah, this is one area where the motorcycle is just vastly better than an e-bike because I can just go somewhere else now. There have been so many times in the past where I get to a place and it turns out to be a scam or something's wrong and I'm just fucked because I went all the way there and I'm stuck. I don't know why I didn't try. Oh no, I do know why I didn't try this sooner because there's a whole bunch of like legal paperwork required for driving a motorcycle. A bunch of that paperwork I still don't have because he never sent it to me. So I guess I am glad that the corruption I experienced today was only to try to sell me a fucking condo rather than like actually inspecting my paperwork. Check it out. Boom. Oh, so it's like a motel. Look at that. They have motels here. That's kind of cool. Little bike parking spots. Don't mind if I do. This place almost certainly does not have a bathtub though. Hello, I have a reservation. Okay, so I was right. The room does not have a bathtub, but it has something else that is interesting. I've noticed in a lot of these places, they have like a water heater right here. Water runs into it, it heats up the thing. Except they also have the outlet to it like right in the shower. I feel like this, if somebody accidentally were to just turn this on right now, this water would splash right into that outlet. And I've seen this all over the place. This is not just like one place. They keep the outlet right next to the shower head. I believe we're right next to the beach. I think they poured asphalt on the top of these rocks. Couldn't tell you why, but they definitely did. I was gonna sit here and relax, but there's a lot of mosquitoes around. I am annoyed that the place that we booked was $50. It is possibly one of the most expensive places we've stayed at so far, and I don't understand how it's so expensive. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it's a motel. I might just get something delivered. Okay, never mind. This $50 hotel doesn't even have internet. Okay, update. I just went to the lobby to ask the receptionist. I'm like, hey, so I'm having issues with the Wi-Fi. Can you guys reset the router? Because it could just be like a problem like that. And she tells me that there is only Wi-Fi in the lobby. The room that I paid $50 for, they have Wi-Fi, but they haven't connected this to the internet. If I want internet, I have to go sit in the lobby. Luckily, I have this, which is going to steal the Wi-Fi from the lobby and rebroadcast it here. Most people who are staying in a place like this would not have that option, but I paid $50 fucking for this. So what I did is I took that travel router and I put it in that pot right there so that it can reach the lobby, and then it is broadcasting that signal back here to my room. Okay, I want to give you guys an idea of how far we have traveled so far. We started this trip in a city called Angeles, and then we went down for about an hour and a half to Bolonga City. That was the end of the last video. And then in this video, we went from Bolonga, we went all the way down this peninsula into Mariveles. We went to the mountain, we retreated from the mountain, and we came all the way back up here into Olongapo. Tomorrow, we're gonna see if we can't make this whole journey up to the very top of this thing right here.